what I have my boys on, that same program.
Ready? Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the October 11th, 2016 meeting of the Public Library of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. Name?
Okay. Mr. Moran?
Here.
Mr. Hendon?
Here.
Mrs. Trout?
Here.
Mr. Zaring?
Here.
Mrs. Conan?
Here.
Mr. Wright?
Here.
Mrs. Lamacchia?
Here. Did we have any public comments?
We do not have any public comments. We got lots of public.
Okay, the Finance and Audit Committee. Mrs. Collins?
Yep, just pulling it up here. Maybe. Let's get it back. Sorry about this.
That's what happens when you're
Cold
first on the
hands this
agenda.
morning. Yep, thanks. Just locked myself out. All right. So this morning, we have a resolution accepting the tax levy amount and rate. And I'd like to read that resolution to you. Hamilton County Auditor Dusty Rhodes has forwarded to all county fiscal officers the following resolution for acceptance of the 2017 tax levy rates and amounts. The resolution is to be approved by a roll call vote and returned to the auditor before October 20. So here's the resolution. Resolution accepting the amounts and rates is determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. Whereas this Board of Trustees of the Public Library of Cincinnati and Hamilton County, in accordance with the provisions of law, has previously adopted a tax budget for the next succeeding fiscal year, commencing January 1st, 2017, and whereas the Budget Commission of Hamilton County, Ohio, has certified its action thereon to this board, together with an estimate by the county auditor of the rate of each tax necessary to be levied by this board, and what part thereof is without, and what part within the 10 mil limitation. Therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Public Library of Cincinnati and Hamilton County that the amounts and rates, as determined by the Budget Commission in its certification, be and the same are hereby accepted, and be it further resolved that there be and is hereby levied on the tax duplicate of said joint district the rate of each tax necessary to be levied within and without the 10 mil limitation as follows. And then there's a Schedule A, which I'm not going to read to you because you can just look at it. And be it further resolved that the clerk of this board be and is hereby directed to certify a copy of the resolution to the county auditor of Hamilton County. So I think we need a roll call vote.
Does this change at all, the gross amount?
It's about 40,000 more than was estimated last year, and we have not got our final payment, so we don't know what the final amount for this year will be yet.
Okay.
Do we want to do a roll call vote?
But we need to make a motion.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Moran?
Aye.
Mr. Hendon?
Aye.
Mrs. Trout?
Aye.
Mr. Zaring?
Aye.
Ms. Conan?
Aye.
Mr. Wright?
Aye.
Mrs. Lamacchia?
Aye. Okay. The Library Operations and Facilities Committee, Mr. Hendon?
Okay, just a minute, I have to find it.
Shoot. Kicked it.
All right. The Library Operations Facilities Committee met on October 10th. I was present. Committee members Monica Conan, Bill Moran, as well as Elizabeth Lamacchia, and staff members Kim Fender, Molly DeFosse, Greg Edwards, and Jeff Kerwin. It is the committee's recommendation that the board take the following action. Refer the matter of funding the building maintenance and capital improvements to the Finance and Audit Committee for consideration. Approve the concept of an operations center for the library, including seeking a location to house selected services and consolidating library services into the south building. Authorize staff to explore options to repurpose the north building. These recommendations are based on the committee's review of the results of a comprehensive 18-month review of the condition of the existing library facilities. The most surprising of these recommendations center on the main library. Since the north building of the main library was built, library has changed significantly. Additionally, much of the space in the main is used for services that really don't need to be downtown. Things like our call center, material sorting, and our loading dock. Relocating these services to an operations center increases functionality and saves money. Moving all library services into the same building makes using the main library easier for a community without eliminating any services or reducing the collection size. Plus, with a smaller footprint, building maintenance and security would be improved. In summary, the review found that of the 33 branches owned by the library, 10 are between 85 and 112 years old, and 3 have never been renovated. 10 are between 44 and 58 years old, and 7 of these have never been renovated. 10 are between 15 and 35 years old, and only 1 of these has been renovated. The 11 renovations range from 1970 to 2014, with 7 occurring between 1997 and 2002. 3 are new, 3 are not ADA accessible, and 3 or more are fully accessible. 7 facilities are rented or contributed, and 4 of these facilities are substandard and need to be replaced. Since the August committee meeting, plans to relocate Green Hills has moved ahead and reduced the number to 3. Budget reductions at the state began in 2002. The library did not replace that lost revenue with local funding in 2010. The result in deferred maintenance at library facilities is now estimated to cost at least $18 million. Total cost for deferred maintenance, including all facilities fully accessible and replacing renovated substandard branches, is estimated to be at least $54 million. But our current pace of funding building maintenance and capital improvements, it will take 27 years to complete this work. The main library comprises more square footage than 40 branch libraries combined, yet has the lowest number of transactions per square foot at 6.9, well below our system-wide average of 20.3. Additionally, the main library houses many back of house services better housed in an operations center. A space utilizing study conducting by GBBN found that if the service was removed to an operations center, library service could be consolidated in the south building and the north building could be repurposed. Benefits of these changes are significant. All library facilities will be up to date, in excellent condition, and fully accessible. In fact, these changes will enhance services at branches and main by incorporating current technology and design to best serve today's library customer. And there's a spreadsheet attached to Exhibit 1, which lists all the branches and the necessary maintenance items that will be required over the years. So we
Do I
need,
have a motion?
So, second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next we have.
there's more.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's the second facilities
I
committee
thought there
report.
was a second one.
Like a Ginsu Night commercial, but wait.
Okay, facility items. The Library Operations Committee met, told you that before. It is recommendation of the committee that the board take the following action. For the 2016 ongoing maintenance budget, approve the project budget, including contingency of 10% as follows. That's $4,200,000 plus. Authorize the director to approve change orders that do not increase the overall budget and to execute the certificate of substantial completion. All change orders will be reported to the board for confirmation. Second, Green Hills branch relocation. Approve relocation of the Green Hills branch to a 2,325 square foot space located in the Green Hills Community Building with a 3-year lease at $500 a month. Utilities and maintenance of the building will be responsible with Winton Woods Schools. Winton Woods Schools contact the library after the facilities committee meeting requesting a 3-year lease rather than a 5-year lease approved by the committee. Blue Ash Storm Sewer Easement. approve the easement request received from the James M. Ford of Ford Homes Incorporated contingency for the following. Detailed engineering drawings are developed for the purpose and approved by city inspectors. A letter from the engineers received certifying this change will not result in drainage issues on library property. Drawings and letter are reviewed and approved by the Facilities Committee Chairman, me, and the cost of easement will be $15,000. And for information only, the library received notice that the Reading branch, which opened in June 2015, was officially awarded the LEED Silver status. The St. Bernard branch was awarded LEED Silver status in late March. That concludes my report, but we need to vote on the issues.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, now, we can
Now
get
to me.
the EBJ Romaine Coombe Director's Report.
I have a brief report this month. So first, I want to tell you about the Top Innovator Award we received from the Urban Libraries Council. They recognize innovative ideas from their member libraries across the country, and Alan is one of their board members, but that had nothing to do with us being selected for the award. I don't think he had to bribe the judges or anything to help us out. We were one of 10 awards presented and were selected for more than 250 nominations. Our top innovation is called We Have the Hots for You, and it's a grouping of services that personalize services to meet individual cardholders' needs. And here is the actual award. I had to bring it home in my suitcase from Kansas City on Friday. This is the second Top Innovator Award we've received in 5 years, so we're doing some good work. Then I have here for you a summary of the various services. The Hot Authors, which lets you sign up automatically to get the newest books from 100 authors that are sent automatically to your library location when they're published. And you have the choice of getting your Hot Authors in print, audiobook, large print, or digital formats, but only one. No, putting a hold on all 4 choices and seeing what comes in first. People think of these kinds of things. The CD of the Month, which was created by Steve Kemple, a librarian in our popular library, and they select a music CD that you might not have chosen for yourself, and then they send it to your local branch with a little note hinting at what it's about, and they send out more than 800 hand-selected CDs each month. And then Hot Tickets is similar to Hot Authors, but uses movies instead. So you can sign up for comedies or action movies, and when a new movie in that category comes out, again, we place it on hold for you automatically and send it to your pickup location. And then Book Hookup uses our expert librarians to choose some book reading recommendations for you. And these have all been very popular with our cardholders. Very popular, that's an understatement. And we think naming it We Have the Hots for You really pulled us out of the 250 pool of nominations and had them at least pay some attention to it because it was a little different. But we were pleased to be recognized with this honor and had a good time meeting with our colleagues in Kansas City and visiting some other libraries and hearing about their services as well. I think if we could just take all of the top innovator ideas and implement them at each of our libraries, it would be amazing. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. We're doing some work on workforce development. The Federal Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act recently was changed to include public libraries in workforce development. And we're working with Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services and the Southwest Ohio Region Workforce Investment Board and Ohio Means Jobs on a series of workshops to help people find new jobs and careers. So for September and October, Corryville, Reading, and Westwood are doing weekly workshops with instructions from the Ohio Means Jobs staff. And they are doing things like learning how to conduct a job search so that they're not finding thousands of jobs, many of which they may not have the correct education qualification experience for. Also on how to do their resume, interviewing, business etiquette, and those classes have been well received and well attended. We're getting very good feedback. We're in the process of updating our strategic plan, and we really expect to have that ready for you to review at the December meeting. And some of, we remember we had that focus group over the summer, and I think Mr. Hendon and Mrs. Trouth, you both attended that, so we have some input for that as well. And then here's just a brief marketing update. We do a quarterly new cardholder survey just to find out why they got a new card, how satisfied they are with the services so far, and a couple of interesting trends that we're seeing. 64% of users now access the library from mobile devices compared to 44% just 2 years ago. So a pretty significant change in a relatively short period of time. In a similar way, 49% have used our e-branch in the first quarter of having their library card compared to 34%, again, 2 years ago. So pretty significant change. We're part of a peer group that uses a customer relationship management software called Savannah through Orange Boy, and we look at key measures. And one of those is called our occasionals cluster. And these are people who get a card but only use it very infrequently, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And so our occasional cluster percentage is 30%, and the median for the peer group is 46%. So the people who are getting a card from us are using it more often than is typical at other libraries. And at one point, it had dropped below 30%, and we were the only library to have ever gotten below 30%, and it's crept back up. But we'll keep working on that. The other one is our active household market penetration. That is how many households are actively using their card at any given time is 51%, which is also very far above the median of 30%. So we're really outperforming some of those groups that are also using Savannah.
Maybe the expansion of the Levelland branch will get us down below 30%.
Again, yeah, we'll draw some people back in. We'll have to, we're doing a messaging to those occasionals to try to draw them back in, and it did show those results of lowering that percentage. So we think we have some approaches that work, and we just need to keep them up. We've also started doing the random customer satisfaction surveys. This is the Net Promoter Score. And we ask them, you know, on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend the library to others? And to date, our running Net Promoter Score is 96%, which is incredibly high. And we certainly expect it to drop as we get more responses. That would be unrealistic. And the surveys go out once a week to 1% of customers who have had activity in the past 2 weeks. We started with a very small number because we didn't know how many negative responses we might have to follow up with. But fortunately, we have not had very many.
Now, do other libraries do that, and is there like a sort of an
We
average
do,
score or
but
something?
it's very new, so I
Okay.
think there are only 2 or 3 of us doing it right now, us, and I think Charlotte, Mecklenburg, and is there another one? Mid-Continent,
Okay.
which is near the Kansas City area where we just were. So, but as we get more data on that, we'll be able to do
Very good.
similar peer
Very good
comparisons.
numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing needs approval, just information.
Okay.
Our next, Human Resources Committee, Ms. Moran.
Yeah. Department of Labor issued changes that substantially increased the minimum salary requirements for certain exemptions under the Fair Labor Standards Act. The final rule will take effect December 1st. The act requires covered employers to pay non-exempt employees at least the minimum wage for each hour worked, as well as overtime pay for all hours worked in excess of 40 in a work week. While most employees are non-exempt, the Act requires exemptions for certain administrative, professional, executive, highly compensated, outside sales, and computer professional employees. So under the new rule, salary threshold for executive, computer professional, administrative, and professional employee exemptions was set at $913 a week, or $47,476 per year. So as a result of the increase in the salary threshold of exempt employees, there are 5 employees with grade 8 or entry-level management grade that fall below the new minimum. For these employees to maintain exempt status, their salary will increase to that minimum per year. Approximately 137 positions within grade 7 will be reclassified to non-exempt positions due to not meeting the salary threshold. These include positions such as children's librarians, teen librarians, and reference librarians. The grade 7 minimum salary currently is $41,704.
I just have a question. Why are the computer professionals
Included.
in the,
Your government at work.
I mean, you can understand administrative and professional, but computer was,
Maybe because those positions are typically well-paid.
At a higher level,
Oh,
at a higher salary.
They're at high salary when they come in, okay. I mean, this was just curiosity on my part.
Okay, on Sunday, October 30th, we have our annual staff and retiree recognition program. We will recognize staff members who have received a milestone for years of service and retirees who have dedicated their time and energy to make our library successful. The recipient of the Impact Award and the Bunny Daner Prize and Rookie of the Year Award will also be announced that evening. The event will be held in the atrium from 5:30 to 7. Hope that everybody can attend.
Impact Award is going to be difficult.
There were a lot of nominees this year.
A lot of very good ones.
The library will be participating for the third year with DePaul Cristo Rey High School's Work Study Program. The purpose of the program is for students to gain work experience and realize the relevance of their education while providing a service to local businesses and organizations. DePaul has secured donations for up to 7 students to be placed with the library. Students will engage in clerical work, shelving, and basic customer service duties as directed by the designated library staff. What a great program that
It
is.
is a great program. This is, I think we said our third year, so we've been very, very happy with it.
Big news, Anthem has made a corporate decision to cover transgender benefits for fully insured groups at their renewal date in 2017. Our benefit broker, Strategic Employee Benefit Services, provided us with an update from Anthem on August 18th regarding this decision. Our 2017 benefit year starts August 1st. At this time, we have not received the detail around the benefit. On September 22nd, the managers kicked off the annual United in Sharing campaign with 4 activities. The managers put together and decorated bags for healthy snack packs, interview success kits, study kits, and happy birthday bags. All the items needed for these kits were donated by our staff. That's great. Close to 200 healthy snack packs were put together and decorated, which we are sending to our branches that have hungry after-school kids and/or adults experiencing food insecurity. 42 interview success kits were prepared and will be distributed at workforce development programs with Ohio Means Jobs. Over 70 study kits will be going to Upspring. 60 happy birthday bags were assembled and been delivered to the Free Store Food Bank. I'm thankful for all the employees for doing that work. The campaign ends October 21st. That's my report.
Yeah, just FYI on that one, too. Okay, Library Operations Services Committee, Mr. Wright?
So I forgot my password today, and so I'm gonna see if my optometrist, initially I was gonna ask,
Do you want this?
I wanna actually experience this. I think I can, is this my
You do,
report?
that's a
I actually would like to see if, well, I guess I'll just read it off. You guys just took the joy out of it. I was gonna see if my, these are like my new cool shades, and so
make that
if my
larger for you.
optometrist was right, as I was reading the other reports, I'm like, you know what, I can do this from here. I feel like the Bionic Man, but I'll go off of this. That's great. Karen Davis, our Leveland branch manager, is here, I believe, at my far right. She began working for the library as a student assistant at the Marymount branch in 1994 and was hired full-time as a library services assistant at the Mount Washington branch in 1997. She was promoted to a library services assistant 2 in 1999 at the Bond Hill branch. Karen earned her MLIS from Kent State in 2009 and was promoted to teen librarian at the Sharonville branch in 2010 and children's librarian at Forest Park in the following year. In 2013, Karen was promoted to her current position as manager of the Leveland branch. You guys hear all the promotion. It's good stuff. Karen has had the opportunity to serve on many project teams over the years and is a graduate of both the Tomorrow's Manager Program and Management Academy. So I believe Karen is going to come up and give us some thoughts on what's going on in Leveland. So Karen, it's all yours.
Thanks for
thank you
letting
very
us
much.
use your branch.
Well, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Until today, we could not have had the meeting
That's
here.
right, yeah. So welcome to the newly expanded Leveland branch. I'm very happy to have you here, and also want to thank you for approving this project so that I can have you here. As you know, the expansion project began about 10 months ago. The first direction I received to begin preparations was to talk with my staff members about the possible new services that we would be offering to our customers. From day one, all of my staff members were excited and looking forward to providing even more for this Loveland community. One major project that needed to happen to prepare for the expansion was to take a hard look at our collection and fine-tune it to better serve our customers' needs. We recalibrated some materials to other locations and sent more materials that had reached its lifespan to the Friends. Through this process, we learned firsthand that weeding materials has a positive effect on circulation. The Loveland Library showed an increase in circulation for 4 straight months during this weeding process. Speaking of circulation, the Loveland Library has historically had very strong circulation numbers. We usually are 11th in circulation. There have even been a couple of times that we have been 10th. We've done all of this circulation in a space that was half the size of the top 10 branches. I'm looking forward to see what our branch can do with a space that is 50% bigger than it was and with new services to offer. We now have this big, beautiful meeting room, study rooms, a teen gaming area, a maker space with various equipment such as the button maker, digital conversion station, digital camera, 3D printer. We also have equipment that is geared towards the Loveland customers in particular. The Loveland Library hosts an annual quilting show in May. We display quilts made by our community members, and people come in from all over the county to see them. We now have a large cutting table and a sewing and embroidery machine in the makerspace to encourage others to learn this craft. And with the Little Miami Bike Trail running close by, there's a strong biking community here, and we decided to also offer a bike repair kit in the makerspace. This is the first time that the library is providing this type of equipment, and I'm looking forward to see how the community responds.
I'm
I mean,
a little biker, so.
yeah. Well, come on in. The Loveland community is very supportive of its library, and our customers have been anxiously awaiting this new space. Not only have my staff members been positive through this project, but the customers have been as well. Although we tried to minimize the disruption as much as possible, when a renovation is happening, it cannot be complete business as usual. The customers took it all in stride, and I don't believe that there was ever any customer complaints. They seemed to all know that it would be worth it in the end. Thank you again for making this beautiful new space possible.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
You may be the only branch in the state of Ohio that has a bike repair area.
That's me, so, yeah.
How far over is the bike trail? Is it almost right?
It's down across the bridge, yeah.
Oh, it's due south across the bridge.
Where I have my fantasy Tour de France rides. Nobody else is riding with me, but in my head,
You're in the lead.
I'm breaking records. Got the yellow jersey on and all that.
I think it's a 7-6-mile trail.
Yeah, I've been out, I've gotten about 100 so far, so I'm inching my way out, so. No steroids.
Good job.
Thank you very
Now, I
much.
understand your staff, you and your staff planned this whole layout. Is that right?
Well, we worked together. It was definitely a team effort on deciding what would be best to provide for our customers.
Great job.
Good job.
It's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Our Cincinnati, brought to us by you, is an initiative where customers contribute to the creation of content through digitization, oral histories, and a community-authored book of essays. During the initial phase, staff will digitize photos and documents provided by customers at select library locations. The theme throughout the project will be neighborhood and will kick off at the end of 2016. Collaboration with XU. The library will soon be providing Xavier University with a collection of popular reading materials, similar to the service already in place at the University of Cincinnati. The collection, which students will be able to check out on site at XU's McDonald's Memorial Library, will include popular fiction, nonfiction, and graphic novels. After-school snacks through the Free Store, we kind of heard a little bit about after-school snacks earlier. Library is working with the Free Store Food Bank to a pilot program providing after-school snacks at 3 library locations beginning sometime in October. Price Hill, Pleasant Ridge, and College Hill branch libraries will receive healthy snacks that will be given to children attending homework help aid sessions after school, which I think is really, according to Abraham Maslow, it's like you can't talk about like studying if you're hungry. So it's kind of good to get those basic needs in place, and the library is doing it. Children's Learning Center Refresh Project. The Children's Learning Center is currently being updated with freshly painted walls featuring bolder colors, new children's chairs throughout the department, the installation of big screen technology in the public area, and the installation of a child-level book drop. Once completed, the department will also begin offering service via the mobile service model. Upcoming programs, there's Book by the Bank Cincinnati Regional Book Festival, really big festival. It's the 10th annual festival. This year's festival will take place at the Duke Energy Convention Center on October the 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's this weekend, I believe. Feature over 130 authors. Headliners include Jenny Lawson, Maggie, Steve Vader, Chris Graberstein, Bob Shea, and Paulette Giles.
We picked like the hardest names.
I thought I could roll through that, and I was like,
Fun.
Zeta Elliott Author Visit. In partnership with Books by the Banks, the library is hosting children's book author and educator Zeta Elliott on Friday, October 14th. Ms. Elliott, an advocate for greater diversity in children's literature, will visit with students at Sands Montessori on Friday before appearing at Books by the Banks the following day. Hallow Read, October the 23rd to the 31st. The library is inviting children ages 12 and under to trick or treat at the library. Children can visit any library location during that week to receive one small prize or piece of candy per day. On their third visit, children will receive a book. A passport will be available for children to track their progress. The 62nd Annual Veterans Day commemoration will be Friday, November the 11th at 10:45. The event will feature keynote remarks by Vietnam vet and Blue Ash resident James Myers. Mr. Myers launched his military service with the U.S. Marine Corps shortly after college. After completing officers candidate school in 1966, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant and deployed to the Republic of South Vietnam in 1967. He is the recipient of a number of commendations and awards. The event will also include patriotic music, the presentation of memorial wreaths by local veterans groups, and lighting of the flame of remembrance. Lee Child author visit on tour for his new Jack Reacher novel, Night School. New York Times bestselling author Lee Child will visit the main library on Monday, November 28th at 7 o'clock. Mr. Child's presentation, entitled "The Creating the Tough Guy in Literature," will examine the creation of the Jack Reacher character. Mr. Child will sign books following the presentation, and 400 attendees will receive a free copy of Night School. And then finally, holiday programming. The main library will celebrate the holidays on the first two Saturdays in December from 2 to 4 p.m. with a variety of holiday activities for the entire family. On December 3rd, the No Theater will present their interactive fairy tale, The Wildly Witty, Peculiar Princess and Ingenious Inventor of Flora Lee. Wow, that was a mouthful. On December 10th, the Cincinnati Northern Model Railroad Club will set up their train display, and there will be live jazz with Chris Comer. There will also be a variety of holiday crafts activities on both dates. I don't think I have nothing to approve, and for the record, I can read that, so my optometrist is right. That's it.
Okay, thank you. And now we have the consent agenda items. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
That's it.
All approve?
Approved, aye.
And any opposed? Okay, thank you. Now we need to go into an executive session
You need to say exactly.
for the ORC 122.22G, pending or
Imminent.
litigation.
Second.
Who made a motion?
Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to go into
Second.
executive session. Second.
All approve?
Aye.
Those opposed? Carries, okay. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn? Adjourn.
So moved. We're out. Bye. Thank you. Have a good day.